We have Ross the Boss Friedman. Welcome.
Nice to be here.
The question that every Manowar fan would like to ask you: why you was fired from the band? What's the issue with Joey?
Basically, what it was is that Joey and I were 50-50 partners in the band, and in the end, he just wanted to own the whole thing. He wanted complete control out of everything, and greed. He just, he wanted to, he just wanted he thought the band would be better without me. What am I going to do? It was destined to happen. I mean, we did those first 6 records in record time, and that's the way I had to leave it,
It happened how? Suddenly, he told you something nasty, or?
Yeah, he didn't want a guy like me in the band that knew more than him. So, he just said, it's time to go. I said, he got Eric, because they live in the same town. And, it was just really disgusting. It was really disgusting,
Every Manowar fan that I used to know told me the same thing. Why Ross the Boss didn't come back to Manowar?
He doesn't want to see that he was wrong, that he made a fatal mistake, that the band would have been. I think the band could have been where Metallica is, at that level. I thought we were headed for that, and he just. I guess he didn't want to be successful. That successful. I mean, I guess he didn't want someone like me in the band.
I see. And the fact is that your guitar playing, I think that it was perfect in Manowar. While instead other guitar player that came after you, in my opinion, they didn't fit the band very well.
I thought the band was headed. We were going in. After Kings of Metal, I thought that record was a great record. I thought things were moving in the right direction, and then goodbye. He wanted everything, so he got everything. Good,
Now, Ross, if you don't mind, I would like to have some opinion about each one of the albums in which you played. What can you remember about this? If you have something to say about your first album. First time that I listened to this, I say to myself and to my friends, what the hell is this? Because I never heard something like that, something so epic like Battle Hymns, of course, the title track, or Dark Avenger, yes.
The thing is, I had my friend Bob Curry, he was works for EMI, and he was like extremely interested in doing a project with me, because he had seen me play with Shaken Street and Blue Oyster Cult, and he goes, "We're going to do a project together." Little did he know that the project was going to be Manowar, but we did. He signed us. Joey and I, we made a demo. He signed the band, and then we went to studio, went to Florida. We produced this record, and I just think that the Battle Hymns could be the first power metal record. I think it's the first power metal, and I think it had the right combination of epic songs and rock songs, and that's the kind of that was the template of the band should have been, which was for those 6 records. So.
We have to remember that the band started when you and Joey were touring with this tour, very important, Blue Cult and of course Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio, and everything happened in the backstage, as far as I know, right?
Yeah, Ronnie Dio's first tour with Black Sabbath was in England, and that's when Ronnie said, "You should go meet Joey. I think you guys would make a good team, or be good friends or something." So I said, "Okay." That's how it happened.
After this one came another masterpiece, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit darker, heavier. Believe me, when I listen tracks like Secret of Steel, for example, or March for Revenge, oof, for me, great emotions.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, we made Into Glory Ride with the money we got from EMI. They gave us money to leave the record label. So he said goodbye. So we recorded Into Glory Ride, and I think it was a couple of 6 days or something. We did it very quick. All our records were done very quick. But if you have the songs, like we had the songs, it didn't really matter. Like a lot of bands stay and write in the studio, and it's just a horror show. You can't write songs in the studio. You have to have them. So basically, Into Glory Ride was a live sounding record. It kind of showed off the band. It was Scott's first record with the band, Scott Columbus, and what can you say? It's a good record.
This is one of my favorite, but other one came, and this is another big piece of music. Amazing. Tracks like Bridge of Death stands above the others, maybe even heavier than before. What do you think?
Hail to England. I mean, we were getting all the press was coming from England about the band. Manowar was great. These guys are unbelievable, and everything was coming from England. So we figured we'd write a record and kind of praise England. Hail to England. So
then came this Sign of the Hammer, another big record in my opinion, and something that really struck me from this track, from this album, the first track, the first song, All Men Play on 10, because I didn't expect at the time when I listened to this record at the time, I didn't expect a song so straight. I mean, so easy to remember, very catchy. While instead the rest of the album is something incredible, epic. Like for example, Son of the Hammer, of course, and Thor the Powered is one of my favorite, absolutely all-time favorites in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, we recorded it. Sign of the Hammer. We got signed after Hail to England. We got signed to EMI Virgin Records. Not EMI. We got signed to Virgin Records, 10 Virgin, and we recorded 2 of the tracks in England at Virgin Studio. It was a great place. William the Conqueror's hunting lodge. Richard Branson turned into a studio. It's called The Manor, and that's where we recorded Sign of the Hammer and The Oath. The other songs we had already recorded in Canada for the Hail to England sessions. So we had a record.
After that came this one, Fighting the World. The title, absolutely great. There are something that recalls me of Kiss. I don't know why. Maybe the cover. What do you think?
Well, the cover, of course, it was the same artist, Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly did that artwork, and Ken told me I was the first guy he drew. Ross, you were the first guy I drew on that record. So, big honor. Yeah, we wanted to appear kind of bigger than life on the record, and I think we did. It's a good cover.
Yeah. You absolutely succeeded in this.
It was the first digitally recorded record. Believe it. It was a new technology back then, and we did it. And I thought it came out well. And the next record, of course, we know about.
There is also one of songs that went on MTV, Blow Your Speaker.
That was back in the day when they actually played music. They actually played rock and roll and metal on MTV. So those are the good old days.
The last one in which you appear,
Kings of Metal. I wrote Kings of Metal. It was the same technology. It just got better.
Heart of Steel. You don't know how many times I've listened to this song on and on. Something emotional.
A very emotional track indeed, yes. My favorite track is Hail and Kill.
What do you think about Eric Adams?
Amazing. Great singer, great vocalist. Yes. Eric is a great singer. Yes. No doubt. One of the best.
Before Manowar, you were in other two bands quite important, I must say, Dictators, and another band maybe not so famous, but in my opinion very interesting. I mean Shaking Street with Fabian Shine.
Oh, Shaking Street was very good. I thought the record was very good. Sandy Perlman, my manager, produced it. He was also the manager of Blue Oyster Cult and Black Sabbath for a while, and so he got me into Shaking Street. He said, "You got it. They want you," because the Dictators took a break, and then after 3 records, and then Sandy goes, "They want you here in Paris." So I go, "Who's they? Who's they, Sandy?" He go, I found this band called Shaking Street. They have a really beautiful lead singer, and so he goes, "Go to the airport tomorrow and go to Kennedy tomorrow and fly to France, Paris. They're going to pick you up." So that's what I did. I joined Shaking Street, and did 1 record. Did the Black and Blue tour. Then we went to England to support Black Sabbath, and that's when I met Joey, and that's the beginning of Manowar. But with and you mentioned the Dictator, yeah, and you mentioned the Dictators. Well, we're still together, and we just put out a brand new record. So last month we put out a brand new Dictators record. So, and it's doing very well. So there you go.
And exactly when you started to play guitar, in which year?
Oh, a while ago. I started playing guitar when I was 13.
So it was the 70s or even earlier.
Yes, earlier than that.
Okay, I must say that you look younger than you are. I must say that I see you in a very good shape.
Yeah, I'm in good shape. I have good health.
We probably meet in Italy this summer because I know that you will come to play with Virgin Steel and Blind Guardian in a festival here in Italy and probably also in others in Europe. Am I right?
I saw that. They're going to have to go on after me. They're going to have to follow me.
Can you tell us something about the lineup of your band?
Oh, my band? Oh, incredible band. I have on bass, I have Dirk and Dirk Schlachter from Gamma Ray, and he's an incredible bass player, amazing bass player. And we have Sean Elg on drums. And Sean, we discovered him, and he was playing with KK's Priest on the last tour. And Sean's going to be the drummer, and of course my singer, who's been with me for a while now, Mark Lopes, and me on guitar. So, no, it's a great band.
My opinion is that your guitar playing is more emotional, more bluesy in some way, also fast when it needs. I remember one solo particularly from the first version of Defender. When I listen to this solo, there are notes that hits the heart, I must say.
Actually, I'm a blues guitar player, and that's what I always wanted to be in the beginning. I mean, like Eric Clapton and Peter Green and Mick Taylor and Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck and all those guys. That was kind of like my thing. Like Mike Bloomfield and Elvin Bishop. Like those guitar players really formed, and Pete Townsend always formed my thinking of my attack, or my way of playing. So that's just the way I do. You know, the ability to play. B.B. King showed me the ability to play 3 notes and make them sound like 3 million notes. You know, I mean, say B.B. King could say more with 3 notes than most of these metal players can say with 1 million notes. You know, so that showed me how to play from the heart, and my soul. And it's because rock and roll and music is from your heart and your soul. It's not just a mechanical show on, you know let's see how fast you play, let's see what you can do, let's see these scales, let's see that scale. That's not music to me. That I have no want to play like that ever. you know I think like I have more in common with Angus Young and than I do with Yngwie Malmsteen or something, who's great, but I think I have more in common with Angus than when the rest of the shredders. I think shredding is it's boring. It gets boring after a while because because after like 5 minutes you've played everything that you can play. The most guitar players, you've done it. You've played every note that you could play. So I think I think my attack on guitar is better. Believe it.
When you hear something shredding, okay, let's say you can say, "Oh wow," but then you don't remember anything about it after a while.
The solo should be a song within the song.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Yeah. By the way, why they call you the boss? There must be a reason.
The reason was because it was back when I was really young. We used to play baseball, and my friends would go. We were starting a game, and my friend goes, choose, get Ross. He's the boss. That's how it started, believe it or not. And it was over a baseball, get him because he's Ross's boss. It rhymed, and I sort of kept it, and it was like. Especially when we started when the Dictators, we wanted names. We didn't really like our names, because we were all Jewish guys from the Bronx, and we didn't want to. We needed we wanted different stage names. So I said, Russ the Boss. Okay, that was sticking. And Scott got top 10, and we Andy became Adney, and so we didn't want to be who we really are. We didn't want to, we thought our names were boring. So, I'm Ross Friedman. It's a boring name. It's not a real rock and roll name. I'm not ashamed of course, but I just said, as far as professionally being known as Ross the Boss, I think that's cool. And it's stuck. And at times I said, it's it's kind of egotistical to call yourself the boss. But the fans love it, so it stayed.
As far as I know, you have some Italian origin.
Yes, my mother's mother is from Italy. Yeah, so I'm part Italian for sure. So I love it. I truly love it. I love the country. I love my people. I love it's just a beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful food. I can't, the food is amazing. People are passionate. What can I say? Italy has just been a fantastic country for me. And
I'm waiting for you this summer. It's going to be great. And we have some beer together.
Yep.
And maybe pizza too,
Yep.
of course. Why Joey Di Maio accepted another guy in the band that is called The Boss? That's a funny question, but came into my mind right now.
Right. No, don't think so. We'll see.
And Dictators are still alive, like as a band?
We just played last weekend. We did 3 shows. We're going to play on Little Steven's Underground Garage Cruise. Okay. This is the new record.
It just came out now?
Yeah.
Or
this guy here is Al, who's the original drummer of the Blue Oyster Cult. Great, it's a great record, and this just came out on vinyl.
And what about your personal band, Ross the Boss band?
Well, the problem is with making full records is just it's the first time in my life where I don't want to make another record. I mean, I want to make songs, I want to do new music, but I don't want to like do the whole full complete CD. You know, I don't think the return on CDs and albums are very good. You know, I'm not opposed to hard work, right? But the the return that the artist gets, it's not a lot, you know, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and you know, with someone like me who's any records, I have four solo records, and we just we'll see, we'll see. You never know. I'm not. I always say no, no, no. I'm gonna, and then I do it. You know, we make another record. It's not. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no, but you know, we'll see. I got plenty of songs to play, plenty of things to do with the band. So, you know, it'll be okay.
Each one of the musicians used to have other bands, other projects at the same time. It's not like it was in the past that you played with a band and that's my thing and I put all myself on this. Now everyone goes with this, that.
Well, if you want to make money, if you want to support yourself as a musician, that's what most people do. You know, unless you're like Iron Maiden or these just like these monolith bands that just can do it just by themselves. I mean, that's okay, you know. But I think that you know, I would do it. I mean, if someone offered me to do this, to do that, I would think about it for sure. But I think most people are in multiple bands these days. You know, especially me. I play multi-genre music, so I can play anything. So, you know, I can play blues, I can play rock, I can play metal, whatever you want, country, whatever the hell has to happen, I can do it.
What can you tell us about the situation for metal bands in US, not in Europe?
I mean, the people that love it. You know, the media pays it no attention anymore. But we don't, you know, people that love metal don't need the media telling them go see this band, or you know, we don't need that. I mean, I think people know when the bands are playing in town and they go see them and go support them. You know, I thought it was better when MTV was playing. MTV was playing metal 24/7. I thought that really broke it. But I thought that yeah, I thought that whatever it is now, I mean, it is. I don't see many young bands coming up, but you never know. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm still playing.
One last question about the reunion, the Manowar reunion in 2005. How was your feeling when you was on stage with them?
Or with the Earthshaker?
Yeah, exactly.
It was good. I thought it was great. I thought people really were happy to see me. Very happy. I think that Joey doesn't want to do it again because people will be too happy to see me.
That's what I'm just about to say. Every fan that I know told me the same thing. Why Ross the Boss didn't come home to Manowar? Because I must say that Manowar was one of my favorite band at the period. But then after a while, little by little, they lost something.
Well, I guess, what can I say?
I only say my opinion and the opinion of many other fans here in Europe, especially in Italy, that say Ross the Boss is always gonna be the real guitar player of Manowar. Be sure about it. I really thank you for being guest in my channel. So if you want to say something in the end for your Italian fans.
I'm coming to Italy. We're gonna blow the place apart. I promise you, folks, we have a great set. It's going to be a great day.
Ciao. It's really great to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.